Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Netherwar Mutants and Masterminds Monday. As we are continuing in our episode, The Last 10 Years. The group sort of had a few little slice of life scenes where we sort of caught up with what happened to our lovable teenage heroes from the last time. And everybody sort of wound up where I expected them to wind up. I don't know about everybody in chat, but Derek the janitor is just, it's perfect. We also stumbled into a massive fight between a whole bunch of supervillains right outside the Nerian Nexus, which, for those of you who are fans of Marvel Comics, is very similar to like the Sanctum Sanctorum. It is known as the sort of the inner sanctum of Earth Prime's Master Mage. So where Adrian Eldritch used to go to relax. The mansion that Seven had inherited but has been left sort of empty for the last 10 years, thanks to the lack of a Master Mage. It has never been breached before, as well as any of the heroes know. So, very, very exciting stuff. Once again, we do have Kat here as our special guest star, playing as Centuria. So yeah, without further ado, now that we have triumphed over the villains and Aegis has begun to arrive, we sort of catch up on the street in front of this three-story brownstone. What do you all do?
So with the others kind of down the lane from the brownstone itself, since they were dealing with Abracadaver and the other lost soul, Resonance kind of dropped the power from her stone and kind of put it in her pocket. And she's gonna kind of walk over to just the sidewalk outside the Sanctum Sanctor, or outside the Nerian Nexus. Think you got me saying things I shouldn't be saying, Alex.
I'm here to help with the reference points.
And she's basically just yes. Resonant Gemma is really just gonna kind of start taking a look at everything. She's gonna. I'd like to roll an expertise magic to kind of get a sense of what's actually happened here. Kind of like she's doing her own thing and letting everybody else catch up and kind of still trying to stay. She knows she's not going to be inconspicuous for much longer, so she's just going to kind of do what she can before that ends up kind of crashing down on her.
Awesome. Spooky and Speedy, what are you up to?
I will fly on down and land. Derek is just not like you've seen him. Last time you saw him, he was going through his little punk metal phase, and so now he's actually wearing like a kind of like a black coat, fancy cut coat that kind of has the long tails and stuff. So it kind of has this like pseudo cape effect, and it's got a hood on it and stuff. Still, it's got a white mask that has a skull motif. Very stylized, and not quite so metal, but more a little bit more sci-fi. Long time no see. I kind of hesitantly put my hand out, like to shake hands.
Overdrive is not his usual impetuous self. He's kind of looking at Derek and looking over at Gemma, who's of course busy trying to ignore them. He kind of looks down at the hand and he kind of raises a hand in response to reach out and shake his hand. You know, I wanted to be upset. I mean, the stuff that I've been reading about you doing, and you know. But here we are, and the villains, and it's like old times. We just fall right into it. What happened, man? Why?
And with that, Derek's just gonna pull him in and give a big hug. I've missed you guys.
Overdrive will probably cry a little bit.
I hit a rough spot. I hit rock bottom. Doing way better now.
That's good, man. That's good. I mean, I know I didn't know Seven the way the rest of you did, being here longer and all. And I get other things happen, but I look up to you guys. Y'all sort of walked away. I don't know what to think.
It was 7. And it was other stuff, and I was I was dealing with stuff, not just 7, but I was just dealing with a lot of stuff, and it came all crashing down at once on me.
Gemma, are you still standing off from their sad
Yes.
reunion?
Yep, I'm kind of standing there. Gemma is basically trying to gain as much information from the place as she can, knowing that the two of them are just going to end up walking down here anyway. She's kind of steeling herself for that moment by trying to figure things out.
Awesome.
So what about you? Overdrive will sort of call over to Gemma and sort of start walking that way.
Oh, hi Dave. How are you?
I don't know. What happened? Why'd you go?
Well, 7 was gone, which that was really the one connection that I really had here besides, the rest of the team. And the day to day, it broke me. One day, supervillain breaks out, we stop him. Next day, supervillain breaks out, we stop him. We weren't making any headway. We weren't doing any real good. Nothing changed. And I don't know if that's because 7 wasn't here to try to, lighten the mood or to just kind of anchor me, but the more I saw of how little we were actually doing to help, the less I figured that donning a costume and patrolling the streets and stopping the big bads was actually helping. So I took a step back. I mean, I'm still trying to help, but this...
So there's a story, Gemma. There's a story of a boy who's at the beach, and there's a storm at sea, and there's hundreds of starfish washed up, and he's throwing them back in the water one at a time, and the wise old man says, "What are you doing? There's too many of them. You'll never make a difference." And so he holds up the starfish he's about to throw back in the water, and he says, "It makes a difference to this one." What about those 15 people that are at the hospital now instead of dead, being zombie food? How could you say we didn't make a difference?
How
could you walk away from what we're doing?
The big stuff, the really big stuff, isn't this. It's not stopping the bad guy. It's healing the child. It's comforting the mother or the father. It's being there for somebody. And that's the route I ended up taking. I left this behind because this just became a cycle, one day after the other. So I took a step back. I went to those that needed help, that couldn't get it from the Freedom League, and I'll look kind of side-eyed at Centuria as I do so.
Speaking of Centuria...
Not that they weren't willing, not that they weren't worthy of their help. It's just nothing bad enough was happening to them, but bad stuff was still happening. Who forgot about them?
Speaking of Centuria, the Aegis officer on site, like the commanding officer, comes up to you, Centuria. He's wearing this sort of tight green tactical shirt. He's got a big Aegis badge on. He says, Centuria, good to see you, ma'am. I'm Sergeant Vizzini. Do you have a status report of what's going on here?
We defeated Sandstorm, but Abra Cadabra got away. in his hat, unfortunately, but we will track him down. I was aided by these fine superheroes over here. I'm not sure, I haven't met them yet, but I do intend on thanking them personally.
Do you know them? I don't think I recognize. Oh, I mean, I definitely recognize the guy in the skull mask, but the others I don't think I've seen around Freedom City.
I don't believe that I've met them. I intended on going over there and introducing myself and seeing what I could learn about them.
Well, I need to inform you, Centuria. We'll definitely go track down the Abracadabra lead, but I have footage of the area, and he'll sort of pull up this big tablet, and he puts it in front of you, and you see this this woman bedecked in like a flowing white Greek robe covered in golden bangles, with a large green zombie behind her, breaking into the Nexus Nerian. The timestamp's about 20 minutes before now.
What happened?
It looks like someone has found a way to compromise the wards of the Nexus. I don't know why they would do this, but I know that Adrian Eldritch has a massive stockpile of arcane artifacts, forbidden magical knowledge, all sorts of stuff hidden in there that is bad news for the city if they get a hold of it.
She'll hold out her hand to shake the officer's hand, and then she'll say, "Thank you. I'll head over there immediately."
Yeah, we'll take these folks in, and we'll create a perimeter for you all.
Thank you. And then I want to walk over to where the other people are.
Do you want to walk over to where the CW drama is happening?
Yes. I would like to watch over to the Mark movie.
Well, no, it's not a CW drama anymore because we're adults playing adults, not adults playing teenagers.
I have failed this city.
Take that, Greg Berlanti.
As Dave and Gemma are having their conversation, she's gonna kind of nod at Derek and just kind of say, "Derek, it's good to see you too. I'm glad that you're doing better."
I really am.
Good.
Okay. Centurio will take that moment to walk in and interrupt Ira's personal moment. She'll walk over to Kevin and Jonesy's characters first. Thank you for aiding me in this fight. I really appreciate it. And then she'll look at Gemma and say, "Did you help as well?"
Just a little bit.
I appreciate any help that I can get. That was very kind of you for showing up and helping us fight these evil people.
Yeah, well, I've scuffled with Abracadabra cadaver a few times before, so, and I'll probably scuffle with him again. So,
I sure hope so.
I appreciate it. Even if you were putting your own lives in danger, I appreciate you risking your lives for this city. It means a lot to me, not only me, but all of the citizens that live here as well. I have to follow a different lead, but I wanted to come over and thank you personally for doing that.
You know what happened here? Do you know why? I don't know why I heard Seven tell me about this place.
Do I know who Seven is?
You do. Seven used to be the Doctor Strange of this universe until she died 10 years ago, working with these heroes.
So as she turns to walk away, she'll hear her say that and say, "Seven?"
I heard her just probably an echo. I don't know.
I want to pull the glove up on my one hand to see if the black mark is still there.
Oh, it sure is.
I did more than see her. She reached out and touched somebody.
What?
That's somebody being me.
I want to.
No, it's Dave. It's Dave. Reach out and touch Dave. Oh, sorry.
I want to reach out to touch Dave. Just see, can I? Do I sense any weirdness off of that? Being that, well, I am weird.
Yeah, give me a perception check, please. As you're sort of reaching out with your ghostly senses.
Perception, you said?
Yep.
I got a 16. 16? 16.
Yeah, so Derek sort of opens himself up to the spiritual energy around him. And as you reach out towards the black mark on Overdrive's hand, you feel that ache in your chest again, and you catch the gleam of light from the choker around Gemma's neck. And they all sort of ping with the same spiritual frequency, but it's only a whisper.
I think you're correct, Jim. I think there's an echo, at least an echo of something.
I could see her. She was talking to me, but she was talking magic stuff. I didn't get it.
She mentioned the Nexus was in trouble. The Nerian Nexus was in trouble.
Yeah.
But I got 2.
Would Centuria feel comfortable inviting them to where she's going?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So she'll tell you everything that the police officer man told her, and then she'll invite y'all to come with her.
Fun fact, you guys are actually already standing in front of the building.
It's true. Yeah. I mean, there's got to be a reason that we're here. Kind of looking over at Overdrive and Mortis. I'll look back at Centuria. Do you know, is Nova off planet by any chance?
What do I know, Alex?
You do know that Nova is off planet with the rest of the Freedom League at the moment.
Yes, she is. I am the only one here.
I wonder if she got the echo too. I guess we've got some catching up to do.
Yeah.
Well, Gemma's gonna kind of crack her knuckles and say, just take a step back and let me check and see what's going on with the magic here before we venture inside. If the wards were broken, something could have been set up else. Something else could have been set up that might not like our intrusion. So I would like to make an expertise magic check, Alex.
Perfect.
That is going to be a 25 on my expertise magic check.
You definitely feel, as you sort of reach out with your mystical senses, the magical energy around this whole area has been warped and twisted. It actually seems to be infused with netherworld magic. You haven't felt that in a decade or so, but the taste is, unmistakable.
Right.
Like tofu, but worse.
Like heart garbage.
The wards feel weak as you're sort of feeling the energy emanating off of the brownstone.
Okay. Gemma is going to kind of shudder, and you guys will see her kind of prick her shoulders up when she's doing this. And she's going to look over at Overdrive and Mortis. I'm sensing a lot of energy from the netherworld. It's warped the wards themselves. They're faint. They're barely holding together. I might be able to fix some of them with a little bit of time, but if we're going to figure out if anything's missing, we should go now.
Okay. But nobody's going alone.
Oh.
Centuria just looks at Gemma and is like, what exactly is your power?
Gemma is going to kind of... she'll chuckle a little bit, and she'll take the stone off of her choker, and she'll kind of roll it down her arm, and you'll see her. She's got 6 stones in her right hand, and they all begin to kind of levitate off of her hand, and they begin to spin. And she's got a black onyx, a malachite, a diamond, a lapis lazuli, a fire opal, and a topaz. And kind of as each one hits the finger, her 4 fingers, her hair changes color. So the diamond, her hair becomes her white. The malachite, her hair becomes. I've got it written down here so that I can do this. Her hair becomes emerald colored. The fire opal, her hair becomes the color of flame. The lapis lazuli, her hair becomes the color of alexandrite. The topaz, her hair becomes the color of golden flax. And the black onyx, her hair becomes the color of like the night sky. She looks at you and she goes, I am a gem mage. My magic is able to pull energy from different crystals or gems and wield the magic that they give me.
Well, I'm glad to have you here. Is it safe to go into the building?
As safe as any sanctum of a master mage might be. And she'll kind of look at both Overdrive and Mortis with a little bit of a smirk.
So
there
not,
is
not so much now.
Yeah, there are more than likely more traps or wards set up inside, though with what broke through in the first place, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of them have been smashed to pieces.
Great, thank you for the information. And then she's gonna say, well, let's get started then, and just walk off into the direction of the building.
All right. She's gonna kind of look. Resonant's gonna look at Overdrive and Mortis. After you guys, I'll take up the rear.
Okay. Guess I'll follow Centuria into the building.
Off we go.
Off we go into the Nerian Nexus.
Next up, Oz.
All right, so you all sort of pass beneath the threshold of this well-preserved three-story townhouse built in the Queen Anne style of Victorian revival. The building sports an asymmetrical facade, arched doorway, and oriel windows set among round towers. Stepping inside the antechamber reveals wood-paneled walls and floors set with colorful tile patterns. The half-glazed doorway inside the vestibule leads to a sitting room used to entertain invitees. Just inside the antechamber, 4 unconscious figures lie scattered on the floor. They are clad in ochre robes, still clutching curved daggers in their hands. An older gentleman in a charcoal suit with salt and pepper hair slides down the far wall, losing his balance until he rests sitting on the floor. Blood pours from a wound on his arm. He mumbles, apparently to himself, That is why we always phone ahead before a visit, yes?" And he's sort of catching his breath, leaning against the wall.
Does he look familiar at all? Like, is he villain of the week style type of thing, or is this
Anybody who has expertise magic or expertise freedom of city can make a check.
Okay. Expertise magic, here we go.
Right there with you.
28.
19. So yeah, you know a lot more than I do.
Gemma, you do know who this is. This is Sallah, is his name. Sallah. He is Adrian Eldridge's former partner and the caretaker of the Nerian Nexus.
So seeing that, Gemma is going to come up to him and kind of kneel down next to him, and she's going to pull on. She's reaffixed the malachite to the choker across her neck, and she's going to pull on its power. So her hair is going to become emerald, and her eyes are going to become that like a very teal color, and she's going to heal him. I have healing 8 with the malachite itself, and it is both energizing and restorative.
Awesome. Go ahead and give me a heal check.
All right, d20 plus 8. That is a 20 on my heal check.
Awesome. So he does sort of see you sort of half deliriously approaching him, and he's like, "Wait, take your shoes off before you come into the Nexus."
It's okay. And she'll like float over to him because she can fly. So she's not stepping on the floor.
I just waxed.
That looks that wound looks worse than me stepping on your nicely waxed floors, but here, compromise.
And you definitely heal him. As you're sort of closing the wound, you do draw this sickly green venom from the wound.
Kind of, just kind of get that off to the side. Just
Awesome. Yeah, he kind of looks up at you and says, Gemma, oh, how's the Reiki going?
well, it was fine until today. I had to cancel on a couple of patients that aren't going to be happy.
Oh no, Karen's gonna post that on our Facebook group.
Yes, I know. Thankfully, the rest of them know better than to listen to her. So,
Yeah.
what happened?
He kind of gestures to the 4 unconscious guys in front of him. He says, "Well, the Nexus, the Nexus has been breached."
Yes.
He kind of inhales and coughs a little bit. I'm not sure how many ne'er-do-wells made their way inside, but I can sense an ancient vampire and someone trapped within a powerful curse, and something strange, something I can't explain. But I do know who broke the wards. Medea. She's after something powerful. If she's smart, and let's be honest, she's as tricky as they come, she's after the Alternity Atlas.
Oh, that doesn't sound like a good thing.
There is something else wound through them all, though. Some dark feeling. Something unnatural provided Medea the keys to the castle, as far as I can tell.
I sensed the netherworld when I checked the room, checked the wards outside.
I thought we were done with the netherworld.
I'm going to look back at the rest of the group. Besides Centuria, the rest of us heard 7, and it's the only reason we're here.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to know that you heard from 7. You know
It was
how
a
those
fleeting
wizards
moment.
are?
She's supposed to be gone, Sala.
They're all supposed to be gone. Her and Adrian. But you know how wizards are. Wizards are a capricious lot when it comes to death. I mean, you got a ghost with you right now.
Well, let's hope I'm not capricious in death. How's that, Sala?
I think that's all we could hope for.
Yeah. I'll help him up.
Who are your friends? Other than
This is-
Mortis. I know Mortis well.
This is Overdrive, and I think you should know Centuria, right?
Yeah, she's one of those Freedom Leaguers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone,
Centuria.
please take off your shoes before you come inside.
Centuria, do you have any questions for Sala? Nothing or anything more, but that you overheard from our little conversation?
While you were having that conversation, I want to check like the pulses of everybody around. Are they all dead?
They are all alive. They are unconscious. Okay. And as you're sort of examining them, you see underneath their robes, they have these reptilian heads with long fangs.
Okay. That answers my next question. Any chance that we recognize what and who they are?
Sure. Go ahead and give me an expertise magic check.
I will not do this because I am too busy helping Sala.
I got a 27, so...
Natural 20. So, Mortis, you do recognize that all 4 of them are members of the Brotherhood of the Yellow Sign, a cult dedicated to bringing an unspeakable dark god to Earth. None of them show any sign of harm, but they appear to be in a deep slumber. and you do see curious markings on the walls and the door around them that appear to be hastily scrawled protective wards.
Well, I want to get all these people outside to an ambulance, and then we can go further deep, but I don't have any other questions for this man.
Okay.
Yeah, not know much about magic. I will assist in getting the people out.
Awesome. You
Drop the bad guys off to the Aegis units.
grab the cultists and run them outside.
Yeah.
I've got some snake men for you.
Had to be Snake Men. I wish I had a Harrison Ford voice.
Snakes. Why did it have to be snakes?
Snake men.
And
Sala
Sala's sort of leaning against Gemma at this point.
Are you well enough to take us deeper into the sanctum, or can you at least point us in the right direction?
I don't feel well, to be honest.
It should pass in time.
the sanctum is in. Well, the Nexus seems to be in some kind of flux right now. It's so much larger than it looks on the inside. And the rooms drift a bit if you don't know where you're going. But if you can keep focused on where you need to be or what you need to find, it should give you the path to get there.
You think they're after that atlas?
Yes. This atlas, it's a map to all the secret doors between worlds and the treasures hidden in the cracks of creation. If you want to master space or find some terrible trinket, the Alternity Atlas can guide you, and a clever person could cause a lot of trouble with it.
Okay. Gemma's just kind of shake her head like, I can't believe I'm doing this. But she'll turn to the others. All right, so we're going to head deeper in, but we need to focus on finding the Alternity Atlas. It's the only way we're going to go where we need to, I think.
Alex, did I overhear his comment about the Atlas and what it does?
Yeah, oh yeah.
When he says that, Mortis's hand kind of rests, kind of rubs and rests on the scar mark above the vault, where it's the artifact that's been plugged into him to give him his powers. Yeah, we should probably find that Atlas.
Sala says, I'm going to stay here and continue working on resetting the wards around the front door. Make sure nobody else gets in after you all. Don't go looking for trouble, or the house will provide it. And be wary. There might still be things trapped inside beyond the trespassers, and if you use up the toilet paper, replace it.
Be serious.
Yeah,
I am serious. I'm deathly serious. There's nothing more upsetting than sitting down and there not being a roll in the thing ready for you. Then you have to do that whole shuffle thing across the house. You don't want to shuffle across this house with your pants around your legs, okay? That's just not a good way to go through the Nerian Nexus.
Okay, Sala. Thank you for that.
So with
Thank
that,
you for that mental image. I'm not getting out of my head anytime
visual.
soon.
Yeah, that's a pretty visual.
And with that, Mortis levitates ever so slightly. Which direction do we go?
Just start heading and focus on the Alternity Atlas.
Yeah, he points down the hallway and he's like, go that way, and the house will sort of move around as it needs to.
Start floating that way.
Mm-hmm.
And just to be on the safe side, I'm actually going to become ghostly.
Awesome. So you turn insubstantial. What's everybody else doing?
I'm just walking through, focusing on the Atlas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just because I feel a little out of sorts with all this magic stuff going on, just trying to watch the others for a reaction, and just sort of trying to keep aware.
Awesome.
This is the one time we don't want you running ahead, Dave.
Yeah, yeah, this place brings back some memories. Yeah, running ahead, bad.
Yeah. Of course, I don't think it's nearly as long as Una's. Thankfully.
There's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
When you
Until
actually, when-
seven popped in my head, I hadn't thought about her either for a while.
Yeah, Gemma, when you say the name Una out loud, the house sort of groans and settles around you.
Oh, right. Shouldn't go looking for trouble.
Centuria's gonna like turn around sharply and say, like, focus on the atlas, stop talking.
Yes, ma'am.
I can say I didn't miss that.
So, a long curving hallway eventually opens as you're sort of making your way through seemingly endless halls and corridors of doors, similar to Scooby-Doo style sort of doors. And eventually you come through this long curving hallway that opens into a massive library. Walkways line the wall-mounted shelving 3 stories tall, while desks, tables, and overstuffed chairs fill the floor space. And as you're all sort of moving through this library, you find that every hallway that you take out of the library, you eventually wind up in the library again.
Oh man, I forgot how much I hated magic.
Yeah, and you notice as you're sort of moving through the library, as you're moving through the room, there's fleeting, semi-transparent images that appear, enduring just long enough to be noticed before fading out. You see a young Adrian Eldritch playing 3D chess against a Golden Age crook, Magnifico the Magician. There's a skeletal T-Rex stalking behind the farthest aisles. An almost dapper-looking man, this sort of tall 6'7" sort of fellow in a wide Victorian coat, pushes a cart towering with volumes. And there's a bow-tied blonde toddler crouched behind several stacks, who you lock eyes with him, and he sort of giggles and disappears. And as you're making your way, you notice that books sort of slide from their shelves and sort of flutter their pages, floating down onto tables, trying to get your attention.
Question, Alex.
Mhm.
Are these echoes or are these ghosts?
They seem to be echoes, not ghosts.
Okay.
There's a lot of temptation in this house.
Yeah, you do notice, Mortis, when you sort of think that question to the all-powerful Game Master.
The house.
Yeah, to the all-powerful house Game Master. One of the books that lands on the tables is distinguishing between spectral entities and after images, written in gold text on the front page.
Yeah, if only had the atlas to show me around. Put up my hand.
When you do that, a book sort of comes down to you that you see it's sort of like it's in the same style as those For Dummies books, so it's sort of that shiny plastic cover with a yellow sign on it that says Understanding My Nerian Nexus for Dummies.
Oh boy.
And next to you, Mortis, a full stuffed like lounge chair pulls away from the table, like it's pulling itself out so you can sit down.
Oh, I don't think we're supposed to stop, Derek.
I think the answer to get the atlas is hidden somewhere in this room. Which is why the house keeps bringing us back here.
Maybe. Oh, is it time for me to do that really fast thing again? I'm a little nervous about that.
Dave, while you're sort of asking that question, a small like children's book pops down that says slowing down to speed up.
Oh man, I hate magic.
And
What does that even mean?
It has a turtle with like wide horn rimmed glasses and a thumbs up on the cover, with a ball cap.
Oh.
Someone gonna draw me a flow chart? Cause yeah.
CP the turtle says slow down.
Well, I guess the house wants us to start here, then let's start here.
Okay.
You know, the bookshop is not nearly as ill-organized as this.
When you say that out loud, Gemma, you do get a book that appears on a table beside you that says Modern Day Inventorying for Experts.
Check the index of my Dummy's Guide to Nerian Nexuses.
Yeah, there is a very substantial index in the back of this book. You see thousands of keywords alphabetized as you're sort of scrolling through the pages. Alternity Atlas is in the A section, so it is relatively near the beginning as you're sort of scrolling through. And you see on the page number next to that, there is a series of question marks.
Not a C also.
There is not a C also, no.
No luck?
Well, not according to the index. Page is 404.
I hate that error. So, what else can we do? The library is supposed to help us, right? It helped Adrian, it helped Seven. We're
You
just
all
trying
can
to...
give me an investigation check if you'd like.
All right.
Who?
You all can give me an investigation check if you'd like.
How about if I try and aid someone who's a little better at investigation?
I got a 24.
I got an 8.
Okay, I also got an 8, so apparently I'm not that helpful after all.
I got a 9, so I'm doing that much better. So none of the magical characters are doing any good in the magical library, but Centuria.
Oh, it's the Brady Bunch syndrome. Centuria, Centuria, Centuria. Just like Marsha.
So Centuria, with your 24 investigation check, you're sort of listening to them, sort of figuring out sort of what they're going to do and looking at the books. You've been very on task, so you haven't had any books appearing, but as you're looking around, you see clear evidence that somebody has been sorting through this library. You do see open books lying on desks, ledgers pulled half from their shelves, journals tossed haphazardly onto a chair. As you're sort of looking at all these texts all relate to experiments conducted by Adrian Eldritch and the artifacts he collected. You also see that some of the spilled ink on one table is still wet, suggesting this research was still being conducted just before you all arrived, and that you may have interrupted the reader. You also find a discarded toy soldier underneath this desk where the spilled inkwell is. Sort of that Napoleonic style, tall blue hat, musket with a bayonet on the end of it. Almost like a nutcracker, but a lot smaller.
I'm gonna turn to Overdrive. You're Overdrive, right?
Yes. That's
Can
me.
you search the library really fast and make sure nobody's still in here?
Yes, that will probably work. Apparently the library didn't want me searching books really fast, but I can look for people really fast. Yeah, I'll be right back. And I'm out. Zipping around.
And I'll tell the other two that somebody was just here looking into the atlas.
Centuria, you do get a book that flies down to you that says Critical Delegation.
This library is subtle. I like it.
I'm just gonna look into the universe and say, how do I find a book in a library that has no organization?
A book comes down to you that says Understanding Your Card Catalog. From Dewey Decimal to Nerian Nexus.
Oh my.
Well, searching for something.
Awesome. So what we're going to do is we're going to enter a skill challenge at this point. I want everybody to pick sort of an expertise or another relevant skill check and tell me how you are attempting to either get more information from the library or try to escape the library. I know Overdrive's looking for bad guys, so I'll start with Overdrive.
So that's I guess just a perception to sort of sweep the library.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so don't freeze up with me now, computer. Okay, maybe you should freeze up with me. Let me spend that hero point because I feel like I need to find stuff. Reroll that.
There is no prize at the end for having the most.
13 is no. Yeah, it's true. I mean, there's no point in having a hero point at 920 because time is a wasted. Oh, and he crit percepts. That was a hero point well spent.
Awesome. So Overdrive with a natural 20, that is 2 degrees of success for the skill challenge, but you also sort of race around the library looking for signs of intruders. You catch a couple more of those after images, and you race to the end of a stack of books, and you look down, and you see your father at the far end of that hallway, wearing his sort of black mask with the red visor. He's got his arms crossed, tapping his foot very slowly, and he looks through you at the end of the hallway, and he
look over my
disappears.
shoulder. Oh no, this is bad.
When you look over your shoulder, you do see when he disappears, he kind of like vibrates out of existence, disappears, reverse Flash style. Oh, I wish Jason was here. But you do see over your shoulder, there are 3 more of those plastic toy soldiers. 2 of them are situated at a very small toy cannon, and the other one has a little set of toy binoculars looking your direction.
Oh no. I kind of want to not be in the line of fire, if that's possible.
Oh yeah, you're fast. You can get out of the way. And as you run out of the way, the one with the binoculars kind of goes fire, and a little puff of cotton explodes out of the end of the cannon and floats up into the sky.
That's weird.
This whole place is weird.
Yeah, I guess I will head back, try and find them, and let them know what I saw.
Awesome. So that's 2 degrees of success. Who would like to roll next on the skill challenge?
I would like to go next. So with Centuria kind of noting that there's been a couple of other people here, and knowing that there's that netherworld energy that was kind of used to break that, I want to try to see if I can't pick up the magical trail of that energy with an expertise magic check.
Awesome. Give me an expertise magic check.
That is a 29.
Wow, that's 2 degrees of success. So as you're sort of feeling through the Nerian Nexus, trying to reach out to the next possible location, or find your way through, you get this very cold feeling that courses through you, and you remember the sick people back in the Netherworld, back in Nethermore, that line of folks that you and Seven worked together to heal. Sort of the first time you used that much healing magic at one time.
Mm-hmm.
And all of their sickness and injury, you feel it sort of manifesting through you. You get this sort of leprous cough. Your flesh begins to rot and distort away, and you feel bleeding start to happen internally. Things are opening, your organs are sort of tearing, and your breath catches in your chest, and you sort of snap out of it, and you're normal again.
She kind of leans over and dry heaves for a second with that feeling. It's just like, oh.
But you are starting to get sort of a feel for what books you need to be looking for, and you're grabbing a hold of numerous spelunking books. You do find one about the way light moves through prisms. You find a couple of different, seemingly unrelated books, but the library seems to be feeding them to you on purpose. Centuria or Mortis next?
I can go. I'm gonna just do perception. I'm just gonna like look around, see if I can find anything that stands out to me.
Awesome.
I got a 16.
It's going to be 1 degree of failure.
Oof. Can I use a hero point?
Yeah, you sure can.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. I have 2, so might as well. Oh my god. I got an 18.
But I think that becomes a 28 for you.
Yes. Because it was 10 or less on the die itself. So that's a 28.
Yeah, so that'll
Cool.
be 2 more degrees of success.
Much better.
So Centuria, you're kind of looking around, and as you sort of make your way around the library, I assume you're like floating up above, checking books and looking around, trying to find the best way forward.
Yeah.
The wall next to you sort of breaks away and floats off into space, and beyond you get this deep sense of darkness and this hungry sort of void calling out to you, and you recognize the voice. The voice belongs to Omega, who is the dark, terrible overlord of the Terminus universe that you come from, who destroyed your universe and sent you here to Earth.
Oh.
And you feel that coldness, and you immediately go back to feeling like a small child and watching your father die at the hands of Omega. And you sort of, hold on to that feeling for a moment. You feel very small until you start to see runner lights on the ground of the library that seem to be directing you in a certain direction.
After I sort of like curl myself into a ball in the air, and I recover from that, I'm gonna follow the runner lights.
Awesome. Mortis.
So Centurion pointed out the other books and stuff that were kind of haphazardly stacked around from the research. So I'm going to be digging through this to see if I can kind of piece together what they were researching using my occult skill.
Awesome.
At least that's the plan.
I believe in you.
Does the dice agree? The dice do not agree. The dice gave me a 10, so I'm going to be spending a hero point.
Give them all to me. Give me all your hero points.
Because I do not want to be ruining everyone else's good rolls.
I love it. I'm here for the peer pressure. That looks like it's a 13 on the dice.
Boo-doo-doo, which leaves it only as an 18.
That is 1 degree of failure.
Sorry, guys.
So Mortis, you're sort of looking through the books. You're not really getting any sense, head or tails, of what exactly they were looking for. Outside of, they were definitely looking through Adrian Eldritch specific journals. A lot of notes about experiments. You're having a little trouble wrapping your head around it because he's using a lot of Master Mage shorthand, and that's a little above your head. But as you're sort of going through the text, you start to feel the room swirl around you, and you get that same sensation you got 10 years ago when the vault opened and almost swallowed your friends and killed 7. Things open, and you feel that sucking cold wind inside you again, and you just sort of shake and rattle and gasp for a moment until you're able to come out of it.
That's not good. He's kind of clutching at his shoulder where the scar is, where the vault is.
So I would like one person to take some notes for me real quick about the results of your skill challenge.
Go for it.
You guys will gain a +5 circumstance bonus on initiative during a certain scene.
Okay.
You all also gain the favored enemy trespassers in Nexus advantage.
Ooh.
And you have reduced your delay by two ranks, which will make sense later.
All right. So
But-
I have
Oh, go
I
ahead.
have +5 circumstance to initiative in a certain combat. Favored enemy trespassers in Nexus, again in probably specific combat, and reduced our delay by 2 ranks.
Yes, and you all also learn, as you're sort of researching all this stuff, that the Nerian Nexus is sort of in limbo. You do know that this Nexus time also moves a little differently. 13 hours pass for every 12 hours that pass outside, and the clocks within count to 13. The strange way time flows within the dimension means you may sometimes see echoes of the past or possible futures. And the Nexus is intelligent but not sentient, much like a computer. The corridors configure to lead you in the proper direction, moving away dangerous rooms. However, the long absence of a master mage to tame the realm is causing this property to unravel, and you may encounter a few areas that present minor hazards.
But is this running on Windows ME
I hope
or
not.
Windows 98?
Windows MM.
Windows.
Oh no.
Oh no.
You also know that physical reality inside the Nexus can be manipulated through force of personality. This requires spending a hero point or succeeding on a DC 20 presence check. Doing so allows one of the following. You can alter the geometry inside the sanctum to make rooms larger or smaller, to accommodate powers such as flight or growth or prevent their use. You can change conditions to benefit from the favored environment advantage for one round. So if one of you had like favored environment underwater, you could flood a room that you're in. Or you can use up to 5 ranks of a 1-point environment effect. So those are all abilities that you have while inside the Nexus.
Okay.
So, you all have this sort of wealth of information now. What would you like to do? As you sort of come back together.
Well, it sounds like with everything that we've kind of uncovered, it sounds like Centuria maybe has found the path that's going to take us deeper towards the Atlas. So I guess we go that way, guys.
Makes sense.
Awesome.
Let's just keep focusing on that Atlas, though, too, just to be sure we're on the right path.
Yeah.
So you all sort of leave the library.
Yep.
Since you have taken time to read in the library is willing to let you go. You feel the room, you feel the books start to reshelve themselves, the chairs are sliding themselves back into place, and you do get this sort of warm, like, thank you for spending time with me feeling. This gratitude coming from the room itself. You get to the end of the library and you actually find a pair of heavy double doors. The lock has been smashed to flinders beyond this door. You see a museum with glass cases and shelves ranging from small figurines and bottles to massive stone heads. Paintings, framed scraps, and broken bits of relief carvings cover the walls in a chaotic mess. Broken glass lies scattered on the plush rug, and you hear the sound of shattering glass ahead from some unseen source. What would you all like to do?
Dave? Kind of nod towards the sound of breaking glass.
Here we go. Recon.
Recon.
Reconnaissance.
These are the days we know.
So, Dave, you go rushing ahead of the group. Famous
like when you
last
say it like
decisions.
Yeah, I don't like when you say it like that. Rushing ahead.
And, Dave, since you have super speed, you do manage to get, not the drop on these two individuals. They were sort of preparing an ambush for you all when you arrived.
Rude.
But you do see 2 villains ahead of you. One is sort of bedecked in this black wetsuit with a red manta ray style helmet with a red front on it. Long black cloak, almost like the wings of a manta ray.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll pop their picture up. The other one is a very handsome, pale man with white and black hair and fine Victorian clothing with a spear in his hand that seems to be of sort of ancient Romanian build. long, barbed, with a long spear point coming out of a human skull at the end of it. That seems to be weeping blood.
Creepy.
And I will show images to you all.
Oh, hell.
Oh no.
Oh, man.
I'll show the images to the folks at home too.
Oh, man. It's about to get ugly.
So, yeah, I would like you to roll initiative, please. Click your token first.
Is this the +5 time?
No, this is not the +5 encounter.
Okay. All right. So, are we staying on this map before we start clicking initiative?
We are going to stay on this map. Yep.
Okay. All right.
We're going to do a
Just wanna make
theater of the mind situation for this fight.
Before I mess things up. Haha, 35. It's about time. Speedy has entered the fray.
There we go.
Speedy has been brought online. I gotta remember
Speedway
which
activated.
tokens are them. Alright, there's Devil Ray. Devil Ray's token. Here we go. And Dracula. Dracula.
Bleh. Bleh de bleh de bleh.
I do not go blah blah blah.
Love him.
You just did go bleh blah blah.
Outside of this example.
Overdrive's gone plaid.
Alright. So I've got my two.
In an alternate timeline, didn't we kill Devil Ray?
No, we were there when he got assassinated, though.
Yeah, Arctic Fox killed Devil Ray.
Yeah.
Alternate timeline.
The name who shall not be spoken.
That's Bay.
That's the one.
Love him.
He's a good guy.
He
You know,
was a good guy. I don't know what y'all talking about.
he's hardworking. He accomplishes his goals.
Which is murder.
It'd be like that sometimes.
Everybody has a hobby.
My God.
I don't judge you.
It's because my hobby isn't murder.
We don't know that.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, I'll have you know, sir, as a teacher, I have background checks done every 5 years, and I just had them completed. I'm pretty sure my record's clean.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'm just really good at murder. No, I didn't say that out loud.
Murder.
Devil Ray's about to get punked with his 14 initiative. Okay, Overdrive, what would you like to do?
Okay, well, I'm zipping back to the group. There's, like, the scuba diver and the Dark Shadows remake guy, like, about to ambush us up here. Crazy skull on the spear, weeping blood. It's a mess. I'm gonna go, trigger some traps. Come on up and join the fun. And I'll zip back up, and let's go ahead and put a slobber knocker on Fishbowl. All right. Let's do that fast attack thing.
I loved everything about that sentence. Pull a slobber docker on Fishbowl.
It almost feels, right that I should have to use my fast attack on someone who's not defenseless just to see how it goes. And it goes terribly. Hopefully he's vulnerable.
He is not vulnerable.
Oh. Well, I guess that was a warning shot. Surrender now. And I moved back like 50 feet so that I'm not, close enough to be hammered as well.
Yeah, he kind of looks over at Dracula and he's like, is this another one of those illusions from the house? Should I be worried about this?
Oh crap, maybe they're really here.
Dracula. What does Dracula want to do? I'm gonna go Strahd somebody. Yeah, Dracula's going to, he's going to charge forward to the group as you're all sort of in this museum space with all the glass cases, the two-story sort of layout. And he's going to lock eyes with Centuria.
Oh no.
He's going to say
Bring
it.
it on.
He is going to say, it would be wonderful if you would join me in this battle against your weaker friends.
Why do I feel like deja vu is about to happen?
I need a will save, Centuria, for a DC 21.
Roll
30.
high. Yes.
Centuria, his mesmerizing gaze hits your face and you have no part of it.
That's right. Take that, deja vu.
It did not.
He says, I wanted to spare you of all this trouble. I guess I will have to stab you instead. And he will go fatigued, and he will stab Centuria, since she doesn't want to bow to his will.
Rude.
He gets a 30 to hit.
Ooh.
Toughness save, please.
Am I still bruised from the last fight?
No, your bruise should have dropped off. Sorry, I should have mentioned
Okay. No, I remembered that. Okay. Tough. Ugh, 21.
that. You take a bruise.
Well,
And that's right back.
It all worked out.
And
He
it's
sort
right
of he sort of surges forward with his vampiric super speed, and as the spear collides into your lower abdomen, you feel energy sort of pulse from the skull. Its eyes glow red, and you feel your blood suck into the spear.
Ooh.
Resonant.
All right. Well, Mr. Pale and Bloody has come up close by. I would like to make an assessment check on him.
The better to bite you, my dear.
No, thank you. I have a 23 on my assessment roll.
23. Oh, I don't remember. Is that an opposed check? Or is this a static check?
I think it's just a static check, but I don't remember.
I think it is too, so I'm going to say it is for right now.
They kind of got rid of a lot of the opposed checks in third. Like, there's a lot more static checks.
I'm going to say, so yeah, with your 23, you're able to find out that he has a higher power level than you. And I will give you 2 of his exact numbers or number and a weakness.
Okay. I would like his... Let me see here real quick.
Or I'll let you know what the spear does.
Give me what the spear does and give me his weakness.
Awesome. So the spear is called Slake. And what it does... what does it do? It says what it does. It is a legendary vampire weapon that he created for himself centuries ago, which can protect him from the light of day.
You don't like
Okay.
that.
Don't like that at all.
It can also feed him if he is in hand contact with it.
Okay, first things first, getting rid of the spear. Not my job, though.
Spear magic helmet.
All right, so he's straight up in Centuria's grill, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I would like to do then is I will pull on the power of my Malachite, and I will basically stare down Dracula and unleash a radiant wave upon him. So this is a perception area DC 20.
Yes.
Life force magical effects insubstantial at half ranks.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you need his weaknesses too? I forgot to give you the second half of your insight check.
Oh, yes.
Um,
Yes, please. Sorry.
He has vampire weaknesses. Traditionally, he is weak to sunlight. A stake through the heart can dissipate his physical form. Religious icons can repel him. He has to be invited into a place.
How the heck did they get in here?
That is an interesting question. I was
Right.
invited
From
in.
me to you would thrive in this fight.
Yeah. So this is
Right? I love that we have a little ETU reunion here for the vampire fight.
I think I'll still go with the this radiant wave attack against him. So this is, like I said, it's perception area damage and selective, so I can leave out my allies.
Yes.
So he does save against half.
Yes, so he will roll toughness against half. Oh, that's not good. So half would be 20. He will take a bruise and a daze.
So Resonant is basically going to pull on the power of her healing stone and kind of unleash what she usually uses to heal people in this kind of emanating wave that just kind of washes over Dracula. So, I mean, I'm not quite doing a harm undead spell, but it's almost like a harm undead spell.
Yeah. Good night, Jupe. Thank you for tuning in.
Good night, Jupe.
Hi, Jupe.
So yeah, you hit him with this wave of holy, radiant, life-giving energy, and his
Holy
face,
dynamite.
his skin sort of burns away, and he hisses at you. His fangs distend.
And I turn to Overdrive and I say, take the spear and get it as far away from him as possible.
I will taste you for that. After Resonant is Mortis.
Yeah, Gene's gonna hate me. I would like to pull a similar stunt that I pulled 10 years ago against an evil demon lord and grab the weapon and make it insubstantial with me.
That's
I know
rude.
that cost me a hero point, so I'm gonna spend that hero point because I still have one.
That's rude.
Yep. You're gonna hate it more when it becomes a permanent part of my array. And so, what do I need to? Do I need an unarmed attack? What do I?
Yeah.
what
So
me
you
do?
have to hit him with an unarmed attack, and then it's an opposed close combat check for the grapple for the disarm, basically.
It gets to use his insubstantial in
Yep.
place.
And it's under actions, not stuff. Oh, and Will was nice enough to give you moral support, Mortis. You get a +2 to your check.
Thanks, Will.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
14 makes me think maybe not.
Even with the 16 from Will's moral support, that is not enough to hit Dracula.
And yeah, I don't have any hero points to reroll that, so yeah. So Mortis turns, hears Resident say that, lunges at the spear, goes ghostly, and tries to snatch it out of Dracula's hand, and he quickly moves out of the way and probably laughs at me.
Ha! Ha!
You
ha,
could
ha,
have
ha,
been.
ha, ha.
I did not go aha. We had the count earlier. You could have been such a great child of the night, Mortis. You disappoint me. Centuria.
So Centuria doesn't know anything about what's going on with the spear, but she knows that she felt something when he stabbed her. So she's gonna try to take the spear from him and break it.
Ooh.
Yes.
Y'all gonna piss me off.
We're trying to.
What do I roll for that?
So you're gonna roll a regular unarmed check to hit him.
I got a 30.
Snap!
DC 30.
Yes!
Just so I know, do you have improved disarm as an advantage? It would be listed on your advantages.
God, I hope so. God, I
That would
hope
be
so.
amazing if she did.
I don't think
Oh.
so.
I mean, you still succeed, even with the -2 penalty.
Well.
Oh, great. Awesome. Great. Fantastic. So, now we have to make an opposed check, since your attack succeeded.
She actually does have improved disarm.
Oh, she
Good
does.
luck with that. Good
Mhm.
luck with that.
So, it's going to be your strength versus my strength. So,
I
Good
just
night,
do a
Dracula.
strength roll?
yeah, if you just click strength, it'll roll for you.
Good night, Dracula. It's been
Oh,
fun.
I only got an 18.
What?
I can use a hero point, though. Ah!
I got a
beat you
14.
anyway.
Centuria beat me with a 3 on the dice. Everybody out there.
Yes.
So
Yes.
Centuria, you sort of go into your sort of advanced martial arts stuff, and you're able to wrench the spear out of his hand. And since you disarmed him with an unarmed check, you can grab it as a free action. If you want to try to smash it this turn, you'll have to go fatigued or spend a hero point. But you can try to do it this turn if you want to.
What does fatigue do?
It just means
Slows
that
you
you
down.
move at half speed instead of full speed.
Oh shoot, yeah, I'll go fatigue.
Yeah, but I think half speed for you is still like
Yeah.
500 miles an hour or something like that, or 1,000 miles an hour.
It's still
or something
Mach
like
6, you know.
Yeah, really.
Okay, so what do I roll for that then?
that. All right, so you will roll. Since you already have it, you make an attack check against the object. But since he's not holding it, it's a defenseless object. So you just roll to hit and don't roll a 1.
Just rolling unarmed?
Yep.
Oh,
No.
Did you?
he did.
Wait,
Alex,
I have a hero
damn
point,
you.
though.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, it does have a hero
And it's
point.
like 9:49, so I'm gonna use that, and I'm gonna do it again. 21.
There we go. So,
And that's actually like a 31.
yeah. Ugh. So, because it is a defenseless object, you do get a +5 DC for your smashing. So it's a DC 35 smash check.
Yeah. Smash.
This is the character we wanted breaking this.
And just like that, I can't remember their name now.
Nova, Darkstar,
No.
Centuria.
No, it's a band.
Oh.
This thing Smash It Up.
Offspring.
Yes! Offspring. Smash It Up.
So it's a DC 35. I have to roll.
Smash It Up.
It has a 10 toughness, so I have to roll that.
I can't believe I forgot it was Offspring.
So yeah, that's 4 ranks. You are able to destroy the spear entirely,
Yeah.
which is kind of gross. As you sort of start bending it, you feel the wood is sort of soaked through with your blood, and it's sort of porous as you're sort of trying to rip it into halves.
Sure.
It does break in half, and your blood sprays out of both broken halves, and the skull in the end lets out this horrible banshee wail as the magic dissipates out of the spear.
Hey, now we have it. Now we have an improvised steak.
Yes!
Indeed we do.
It is so fitting that Cat is the one that has the steak.
This is rude. You're all rude.
Flashbacks to East Texas, yo.
Yeah.
Good turn, Centuria. Devil Ray.
Run. Run for your life.
He might. What does he want to do? Yeah, Devil Ray's going to, he doesn't think that they're on the losing team yet, so he will, he has this idol in his hands that he'll hold over his head, and as he does, his red visor glows red, and he'll fire a laser beam out at Overdrive.
Rude.
Come on, not me. Not the ghostly boy who can't be hit. Come on.
Overdrive's the one who came up and kidney punched him.
There is that. All right, I guess it's time for that toughness save.
Yes, it
Great
is.
time to be without a hero point. Whoop, whoop. Oh, come on.
Oh no.
Oh no.
That's going to hurt.
Overdrive, that's going to be a stagger and a bruise.
I'm afraid it's going to have to be. Oh, God, that hurts.
So yeah, Devil Ray's like, Dracula, what are we doing? And he fires the red laser beam at Overdrive and almost evaporates him entirely.
What's the plan, man?
Rude.
I'm going to leave soon. I've got what I need. Dracula shoots a dirty look at him. Not as dirty as the one he gave Centuria when she broke his favorite spear. But
That was
Dracula-
my favorite spear.
I was gonna ask you what his reaction was when I broke his spear.
You now have zero spears. Ha 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 ha.
what was his reaction? So, to give you an idea of his reaction, I had to do a quick Google search here.
Uh-oh. The Google is called into play.
So yeah, let me double check. Alright, so in the Canadian province of Ontario, 1,800 feet under Lake Huron, is a 7 million ton deposit of rock salt. He is saltier than that.
Shut
Oh,
up.
wow.
I can't stand you.
He is punishing us.
Oh my.
Overdrive, you're up.
Yeah, oh, I'm almost down. So I'm thinking I should probably take the recover action.
That's right, I'll throw you again.
What? I'm not so good with the ranged attacks. I'm going to take the recover action because, yeah, it's bad. I'm almost unconscious.
As long as you stay here, I can take care of that if you want me to.
Well, I probably wouldn't know that because, like, this is, the reunion session.
True.
So, based on what I know, I would take the recover action. Besides, we got to teach those who are watching at home the rules.
Awesome. So Overdrive will take the
Americans.
recover action, and he
The
will
recover
heal.
action is your friend.
He will recover his most grievous injury, which is
Stagger.
his stagger, and he gets a +2 to his active defenses for the round.
Yeah.
But that's the only thing he can do because he was staggered.
Yes. Of course, Alex is going to crit me now just to punish me for that, but that's how he is.
No, it's Dracula's turn.
Oh no! Here we go.
Dracula's going to try and zap her brain again because he does not want to get punched in the face with that stake. So I need another will save, Centuria.
27.
Oh my god. You know, for a Paragon, you are very good at will saves. I have to give you that. I will deal everyone a hero point.
Oh no.
Dracula's going to go again
Oh hell.
because
Oh no.
he's had enough. You know, if anybody wants to give Dracula moral support, I'm here
Hey,
for it.
you're not
No.
allowed to, you got to stop pitching that. That's violating the rules of the Marquis of Queensberry. You can't.
I'm soliciting. I'm soliciting.
Yes. No solicitations.
He is going to use his claws with multi-attack.
On Mortis.
Mortis is catching one of them. He is going to use his multi-attack on Mortis, on Centuria. He's going to do all four of you. He can do all four of
Oh
you.
Lord.
Let's go for it. He's
Oh,
pissed.
Taka, 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 taka.
He is pissed.
I was asking for the attack because I'm still ghostly.
Yeah,
Which
you're
means
immune.
Yep.
Oh, Will's out of channel points. That's okay, Will. I appreciate you offering.
No, Will, no, man.
I'll reward you on Fallout.
Oh, I see how this is played.
Mm-hmm.
A little,
Hey,
a little DC backroom dealing, and I don't mean.
I'll
DC
I'll
Comics.
put this out, Alex. Remember, I've got channel points,
Oh,
Ooh.
and
That's
I've never
true.
used them.
Mm.
I can make Fallout very difficult for you.
Oh no. I feel bullied. My boy, they massacred him. Dracula only gets an 11 to hit everybody, so he's gonna miss everyone.
Yes, he is.
Resident.
All right. Well, Resident kind of thinks that Centuria has Dracula in hand. So she's going to reach into her pocket and pull on, and she's going to take her lapis lazuli out, and she's going to pull on its power. So this is something that that at least her teammates are still familiar with, and she is going to target Devil Ray with her glacial crash.
This isn't about
he's
you.
Since he's far enough away that the 30-foot burst won't actually affect her teammates. Unlike the first time she tried to use this.
Ooh, we still remember that.
Yeah, I only caught Dark Star. Only.
I'm glad to see your character growth.
All right, let's roll this sucker. So it is burst area affliction, so he needs a dodge check against DC 19, I think.
I need to be careful or Devil Ray's gonna wind up with a Bane from Harley Quinn cartoon accent. That is one of my favorite NPCs I've ever put in a game. We need to have a Harley Quinn game on the channel. He will roll against full effect.
Yes, he will.
He gets a 16. So
Hindered and vulnerable.
Alex is mad.
As the ice begins to kind of climb from the floor of the Nexus and just kind of begin creaking and cracking its way up and entwining his legs and his arms as he's standing there with an idol over his head.
I'm not feeling good about our chances. Do you want to move, Resident, or are you happy hanging out where you are?
I am gonna move kind of away and kind of move a little bit back, just kind of clearing a path, and she'll look at Overdrive and Mortis and say, "Well, that worked better than the last time I used it, so."
Overdrive will just give a little chuckle.
Centuria, do you want to ruin my fun?
Yeah, I'm stake him.
Yeah. Here it comes.
Hopefully.
I'm mistaken.
I got a 19.
Does a 19 hit
do you-
Dracula?
Do you feel comfortable with that? Because you do have a hero point now.
Oh yeah, I do. Does it hit him though?
It does not hit him.
Okay, I'm gonna use the hero point. I'm gonna try again. How did I get a 19?
Rolled an 8.
26.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay. That's better.
So, is this a Bram Stoker's Dracula or a Buffy the Vampire Slayer Dracula? Buffy the Vampire Slayer Dracula.
He gets an 18, which is a difference of 12. That's a bruise and a stagger, so that is... You stabbed him real good. Actually, since it's a stake through the heart, I will say that dissipates him.
Ooh.
Nice.
Because that would be one additional rank of damage. So you come in, and what happens as you stake him through the heart and he turns into mist and disappears?
So I sorta, after I break the spear, I just sorta look up and smirk at him as he's pouting. And he's saltier than that pile of rock salt or whatever. And I'm just gonna stab him straight in the heart while looking deep into his eyes.
Look deep into my eyes and tell me this doesn't hurt.
And then he can, disappear into vampire dust and such.
Et tu, Centuria. Wow. Yeah, okay. So that's the end of Dracula.
Is it?
I mean, probably not, but that's the end of Dracula for right now. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna say after Centuria is Mortis.
And with that, I coalesce my body, become solid again, and I'm going to attempt to blast the hell out of Devil Ray with my ethereal bolt.
Good thing he's vulnerable.
Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
That's a 20 to hit.
Wait, no. 20 will hit.
That's 25 to save.
No, he gets a 27 on his toughness.
That's rude.
That's really rude.
But he still takes a
Yeah.
bruise because he gets 1 degree higher because he is vulnerable.
No. Vulnerable
Oh.
makes his dodge and parry half.
Oh, that's right. Duh.
Do you want to do anything else, Mortis?
I'm gonna go fatigue to do that again.
Do it again. Do it again.
24 to hit.
26 that time for his defense.
Dang.
Oh.
That's annoying, Alex. Stop that.
Yeah.
You guys took my Dracula.
By the way,
away
the
from
DC
me.
I'm throwing up is 25 with my power, so yeah, he's beating it just barely both times. So for those at home,
No.
Yeah.
Devil Ray. Devil Ray. You guys don't. Well, I mean, through comic book logic, the way that you could see Batman and Deadpool blink, you do see him blink with his red visor. And he thinks long and hard, and this whole room fills with water.
no.
What?
I will
Rude.
give everyone a hero point.
Okay.
And
When you say filled with water.
up to the brim.
Aww.
Oh shoot.
That is not a problem for some of you. That is a problem for some others of you. Centuria can breathe in space, so she's fine underwater.
That me?
Yeah, yep.
Oh. Yay.
And
I don't know so much about this character.
he will spend he will go fatigue to try and break out of his imprisonment with a damage or a sleight of hand. We're gonna go with a damage from the Devil Rays. He's gonna try to Devil Ray the ice off of him. What's the effect on your affliction? 19. Okay.
Yep, 19.
All right. He does get a 26 to hit the ice. So I'll roll a d20 plus 10 to break out. He does not break out.
The ice refracts his beam.
So this red hot laser beam hits the ice, but that just succeeds at breaking him not out of the ice, but it does break him off the ground, and he just starts to bob around in the water, still in an ice cube.
And the ice is role playing as salt because it's salty as hell.
Now it's all salt water. Overdrive.
Now,
Go, go, go.
water
Go,
is
go.
a liquid that makes it pesky. However, since I have a burrowing speed, could I punch a hole through the water with my burrowing and get to that some biatch?
I'd be happy to make it a power step.
That sounds good. I guess I have to spend my hero point for that, don't I?
Or go fatigue.
You know what? I will go fatigue because I have to shamefully admit I was so used to playing my teenage version of myself that I looked at one of my alternates for my speed rank earlier. My normal speed rank is 15, and then my burrowing, well, you know, the burrowing is pretty salty too. That's rank 20, but of course minus, whatever for whatever I'm burrowing through. It's still ridiculously fast. So I will fatigue. And that guy's kind of obnoxious, so I'm going to reach out and try to touch him, see if I can get some unsympathy from him. If you know what I'm saying.
I'm not sure, but I'm
no.
sure you're going to tell me.
I will tell you. Unsympathy. I'm saving that hero point in case I really scotch this, this little melee attack roll here.
We might have the good vibrations, but he doesn't.
Yeah, I need to spend that hero point because that's going to miss awful.
Yeah, even vulnerable, that won't hit him.
Hey, you just watch it. Okay. Watch it. Okay. So
I hope you don't
let's
roll
try
a
that.
1.
You son of a. Well, that's actually a 26 because,
Yeah.
hero points and all. But unfortunately, I did not reach out for the fast attack. I reached out to set him a trembling with my unsympathetic vibrations. Now, if he's still vulnerable, that means his dodge is half, but he can go ahead and make a dodge check versus a DC 22.
I don't even like the Beach Boys.
Well, then you're going to be real disappointed with what happens next.
He gets a 21.
What? With this vulnerability?
Yeah.
That's rude.
I rolled a
That's rude.
17.
That's rude. Okay, but it's still a fail, but I think it's only 1 degree. Let me double check the old stats on that. Yeah, so that's going to be 1 degree, which means he's already vulnerable. But he's also now impaired.
Oh, no.
So -2.
What happens if you inflict this unsympathetic vibration upon him?
He's trying to break free of the ice, and Overdrive just sort of stunts this sort of where he's like blasting through the water, and knocking the water aside. And he reaches out, and instead of punching, he kind of splays his fingers and sets them on Devil Ray's shoulders, and then his whole arm begins to vibrate at high speed, which then transfers into Devil Ray, who is now vibrating at high speed, and he's a little beside himself.
I hate this!
Now, it's not cumulative, but I'm assuming if he doesn't shake it off and I hit him with it again, that impaired will make his next save a little
Make it a little
less.
worse.
And I guess if he breaks free of the ice, he would still have the vulnerable from the unsympathetic vibrations.
Yep.
Yeah, so he's guaranteed vulnerable till his next turn, baby.
Resonant, what do you want to do?
I want to basically, as I'm kind of sitting here looking around at all the water that we're now surrounded in, kind of closing my mouth, Gemma would like to basically look at Centuria and make the after you motion. I'm going to give up my delay my turn until Centuria goes.
So like, what objects are around me in this room?
You're in you're in basically a museum area. So there's like glass cases, there's big stone heads, there's suits of armors, medieval weapons, paintings, all sorts of stuff. Whatever you want to be in there.
I'm going to take one of the big stone heads and I'm going to swing it at him like it's a bat.
This is gonna hurt my dum dum and his tum tum.
Yeah. Would that be unarmed or would that be throw?
I would say it was an unarmed check. Okay. And we'll take off 2 of your to hit to add 2 damage.
Okay. Well, I got a 30.
So a 28 to hit instead of a 30. So DC 32. He doesn't have any bruises yet. That's weird. Okay. Oh, but he is impaired, so that's a -2.
Yeah.
And good night, Gracie.
Yep.
I
Wow.
rolled a 12.
Yeah.
There it was.
So that's a difference of 18. Centuria, how do you want to knock out Devil Ray?
Well, it was 32, so it was actually different to 20, wasn't it? She didn't have a plus,
Yeah.
plus 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, so unconscious.
Oof. Yeah, so I just take the big stone head. And I don't know if touching him like myself would hurt me because of the vibration thing, and I don't want to risk it. So I just swing it at him like a bat, and he like smacks into the wall behind him, and like just crumples to the ground.
All the ice shards just go shattering off of him because you just shattered the ice.
My bad.
It's okay. I mean, you knocked him out.
Yeah.
All right, so with Devil Ray knocked all the way unconscious, the water in the room begins to dissipate as his will is not keeping it in place. It begins to drain out of just an amazing amount of drains. You see them all opening around the windows and the floors and the ceiling and the walls, all sorts of stuff. The water begins to furl out of the room. I think that is where we're going to end this week's adventure. As
Right.
the heroes triumph
Thanks for
over
sticking around.
Dracula and Devil Ray, and Centuria ruins my fun. Thank you everybody for hanging out with us tonight. I'm sorry we went a little long, but I definitely appreciate you spending time with us on your Monday night for your weekly dose of superhero shenanigans. I'm going to let everybody say goodbye real quick, and then I'll give a couple announcements, and we'll find somebody to raid.
Woo. Yep. So just want to thank everybody for coming out and joining us. And if you didn't actually get to catch this live, you can catch it on our YouTube channel or hopefully soon our podcast.
Thank you guys for watching, and thanks for watching me foil all of Alex's plans. It's one of my favorite things to do. Watch us on Wednesday in Fallout. You'll see me then too.
Yep. We'll be back tomorrow night for a brand new episode of Born of Rage, our World of the Apocalypse game, which I am the storyteller for, and Alex is one of my players. He's our pack alpha. Other than that, we also have our Something Dragons game on Fridays, so which is a podcast game that we're for Pathfinder. So if you're catching this on YouTube, like Resident mentioned, please like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. The more you do that, the more people hear about our games, and makes it easier for us to make more content. So
Yeah, this channel's awesome. These guys are doing a great job making shows, putting them out there. I'm just here making noise every now and then. These people do a lot of hard work, so let them know if you're enjoying the show. They should watch too. It's always a pleasure. The 4 Horsemen rode again tonight. We did it. We wrecked Alex's day.
Next week. There's always next week. Y'all haven't even gotten to the worst parts of the house yet. Y'all haven't even gotten to the parts of the house that I designed yet.
I'll get you, Gadget. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're gonna make me do it, Jonesy.
Next time, Gadget.
Oh,
Next time.
that was disturbing.
Ah, it's so good.
It is. Disturbingly good.
Andy's the bad guy. Confirmed. This is what we get for
I caught
having that Phoenix bookstore.
I knew. Yeah, I caught that little Easter egg there, Andy. Phoenix bookstore.
You know, just a little bit, just for you, Kevin.
curses at Phoenix.
That was news to me. I didn't expect that. Awesome. So yeah, the only other announcements that I want to make, since we did talk about Fallout and Born of Rage, on Friday we will have another episode of our Something Something Dragons podcast, where Aaron, our good friend, is leading his daughter and some of her friends to their first ever Pathfinder campaign. They're getting very close to the end of Season 1, so I'm very excited for them. We also have a merch store now, so we've got t-shirts, we've got cups, we've got notebooks, stickers, pins, fridge magnets, all sorts of fun stuff. It all looks really good, and we're working on some new designs. If you have any ideas for designs, please feel free to drop them in our Discord. We're happy to review anything and everything. We also have a drive-through RPG affiliate link now, so if you are interested in picking up Mutants and Masterminds, you can follow the link down at the bottom of Twitch or in the YouTube video and pick up your own copy. And purchasing with our link gives the channel a little bit of money.
The world's greatest superhero RPG, not to be missed.
It's a lot of fun. Definitely recommend. Yeah, we're going to raid Alyssa Fadden tonight, who is a D&D cartographer. Looks like they're working on a couple of different maps and some fun stuff that they've got going on.
Cool.
I've seen her channel a couple of times, and they do a lot of really cool map making, and I love maps. Are one of my favorite parts about DMing.
Same. Love maps.
So we will head over there. Thank you again, Kat, for filling in tonight.
Time.
I always love having you at the table, even if you give me a hard time.
Thanks.
Yeah, so everybody wear your mask, make good choices, be a hero. We will see you next week.